Hello, everybody. Welcome. This is your host, Fernando from sellerboard. Thank you so much for joining us on one more episode. Today, we're going to interview Victor O from 𝐭𝐫𝐞𝐞. He's going to teach us about images and all the tricks that he learned creating images for his clients. But before you watch the interview, just make sure to go to sellerboard.com. We have all the tools for our sellers, and you can click on the demo and test the software. I'm sure you're going to love it. So without further ado, let's watch the interview with Victor Yu. I'll see you guys at the end. Bye-bye. Welcome, everybody. This is your host, Fernando from sellerboards. I have here Victor O from 𝐿_NATION. Did I say it
Right.
right?
Yeah, you said it right. Pleasure to be here, buddy.
Nice. Thank you so much for having us.
It's my
I love
pleasure.
your posts. I love your posts. I like all of them, and I think they're very insightful. So that's why I want to bring you here. So let's start with the first question. Tell us your story.
Like the whole story or like the short version?
The important bits for us to understand your journey.
Gotcha. So basically, my journey started like 2017 with Amazon FBA. I used to be a seller by myself, and I had my first product, and I needed like what I actually do is like images, product photography, like conversion optimization. And back then, nobody did it pretty right. So I looked for somebody as a typical seller, but had not really good experiences. So I kind of like burnt money and did it by myself. And because I knew about photography and I knew about like how to get people's attention, this worked pretty well together. And that's a kind of like short story long.
Okay. And how did you start your agency?
Basically, I just first helped friends to get better conversion rates. And then it was like kind of word of mouth, and basically, but through what I did pretty well, I thought like, yeah, I can help even more sellers and then even more people. So through an idea of what I did for myself and for some friends, I started an agency.
And what is your like the parts of Amazon that you like the most?
What do you mean? For sure, the seller support. That's this great part. But I don't get the question. Is it like, can you?
Oh, do you like optimizing conversion, customer behavior, PPC? What is the part that you like the
So
most?
yeah, so I'm not the PPC guy. I'm into conversion optimization, but I think like customer behavior is a really important part of that big topic.
And what are like the things that you learned that you can help sellers with the consumer behavior parts?
Basically, it's how to think as a consumer, because a lot of sellers only think about their product. Even if they say they think as their customer, they never did like a big research. So what we're actually doing, because we saw that it's really helpful, we analyze the customer by taking like a bunch of thousands of reviews. Mostly it's like 1 to 2,000 reviews is more than enough. And you can actually find the real buying reasons. So why a person buys. And that's how you take like the customer behavior and you put it into your images, into description and all that. And you can really increase your conversion rate.
And how do you do that search? Is it like, what do you use? Do you use like Hidden 10? Do you use sellerboard? Do you use Google Trends? What do you use? Or ChatGPT? What do you use?
Yeah, we have our own AI. So we don't use Helium 10. Like Helium 10 shows you how often a word or certain word is said, but that's not really helpful if you want to dig deep, because for one special product or thing, people use 3, 4, 5, 6 different words, sometimes even more. So you have to get an eye. We tried it with ChatGPT, but it doesn't provide us that much info. It's like not that specific. We can't train it that well. But for sure, if you know how to do it with ChatGPT, it's a game changer anyway, and it can help you increase the conversion rate.
Nice. Okay. Tell us about, are you helping clients in USA as well, or only Germany?
Both. So
Both.
we look specific, like of course, when we are in Germany, it's a different design than we do in US. Just because the end customer behaves differently. The same, I would say, when you sell your same product that you're selling in US and Japan, you have to adjust your marketing to a more Japan-like marketing. It's more like popping and more childish and all that stuff, like as you would go to Japan, basically.
Nice. Have you been to Japan?
Not yet. It's on my list on the top. And I also haven't really worked with a seller from Japan, so that's also on my list. But it's just different, you know? It's just about targeting the end customer. You can't sell the same style all over the world.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Do we have access to your AI tool so we can like, is there a plan that people can access, or you have to be like your service on your agency? How
Nah,
does that work?
we don't give it to others. Currently, it's our own. Maybe in the future, who knows? But we kind of like leave it for our own needs. But basically, whoever wants to do that, you can download all the reviews with Helium 10 and upload it to ChatGPT and let ChatGPT summarize it. It's basically the same, but not as much as detailed as we do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But of course, there are also different tools that probably do the same or similar stuff. So just look for like Review Insight AI tool or so, and you find pretty good tools out there.
Okay. My question for you is like, we're trying to help the sellers. So for
Yeah.
the sellers that are watching the podcast, what do you think is like the most common mistakes and the ways they can go about fixing image and copy and title to improve that conversion rate and that make more impacts on the consumer behavior?
Yeah. So the easiest part is to summarize it through ChatGPT. It's a free way. And then to prioritize it. Because, for example, if we go for a phone case, like I don't see anything else on my table, so I just said a phone case. When you tell the right pain points in the right order, you basically increase your conversion rate. So for most people, they buy a phone case probably to protect the phone. And the design is on the second or third way for buying reasons. But if you tell on the second image that it's not against not for phone protection, but it's against scratches, you're telling a different story, even if it's the same. So you can use the same image with different words, and it has a completely different impact. If you know how to do that correctly, you can split test a lot, and you can change the order of your images. And by that, you have the biggest impact in a short way without hiring an agency or without like doing completely new photo shoots.
And how do you go about testing the image? Are you doing Amazon experiments? Are you doing Pixel? Or are you just switching the image and testing conversion rates?
It depends how much budget you have. Like, I don't know if you have ever worked with Pixel, but Pixel can be really expensive if you want to get a lot of details and a lot of depth. I would recommend everybody to test main images through Pixel without any like price differences, just to get like a CTR test. However, like everything that goes into conversion, I would just go straight with Amazon experiments. So like A/B testing on Amazon, just because you have the most accurate data there.
So you trust Amazon experiments to test images?
For the image 2 to 6 or 7, yeah, I would go with there. Because like Pixel can get really expensive if you want, I don't know, like 500 reviews, like, or like people who choose the better listing. It can get really fast, really expensive. And when you have a lot of products, it blows your marketing budget. And it's better to invest, you know, like faster testing is on Amazon. And if you don't trust the data, you can basically go one version for 4 weeks and the other version for 4 weeks. And then you have pretty much accurate data.
Nice. Nah. How do you know what's the right story to tell?
It's you can't really say it's right, but for example, if 600 of 800 people say that it's important in the reviews, they tell it's important for them that their phone is protected, it's pretty much the biggest buying reason. If, for example, 400 will say like it's still not scratchy, then scratchy is a little bit more. Basically, when you create all this, or like create the summary and you have the numbers and the graphs, you can basically see what's important. Furthermore, you have to also say or like approve the search intent. So if somebody looks for an electric toothbrush, you still have to kind of say it's electric. You can't really say it's just a toothbrush, because then people wouldn't buy it.
Mm-hmm. And when you summarize, do you do it like product by products, or do you just like do something for ChatGPT to just like go over the main competitors and summarize everything from all the competitors? Or you just go like summarize this product and summarize that product and summarize one by
Okay.
one?
Typically, we don't work with ChatGPT, but it's the same workflow for ChatGPT or any other AI tool.
Mm-hmm.
What we do is we take like 3, 4, 5, 6 different products so that we get enough reviews, and we put it into one AI. And this product has to be like similar. So when you look for an electric toothbrush, for example, you will have 6 competitors, but they're all electric toothbrushes. They're like not completely new. Okay, some have some certain USPs, but in general, all people will say the same thing. So they will say like, hey, my teeth is cleaner, or it's easier to brush it than with a normal toothbrush, or the battery is long, kind of stuff like that you can imagine. And the more
Mm-hmm.
people they say it, the more important it is. Of course, you have to be smart and still mention your USPs. Like, you have to mention it. It's what makes you stand out. And you have to give them the search intent. So when they're searching for battery with long, like electric toothbrush with long battery, you have also to mention it.
Mm-hmm.
Did it like
Mm-hmm.
answer the question, or did I went around and you didn't get it?
No, 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 no. You helped. You helped. It definitely helped. Yeah. I think that's something that a lot of sellers are not doing it yet. They're not really um exploring AI to consolidate that history and influence customer to purchase. What do you think about like when you're dealing with lots of copycats and your clients doesn't have a differentiator? What do you think you can do about that when like a Chinese, I don't know where the sellers are from,
Yeah.
like copycats, and they're just like trying to make a lower price, and your product really doesn't have like a patent or a differentiator to stand out, except the branding.
Okay, first of all, we have to understand why people buy. And when you go to a store, or like when I show you 2 cars, same car, same year, whatever, and one costs like 5,000 and 10K. Which one do you think is like, or like almost the same? Which one do you think is more valuable? Like more high
The one
quality?
that costs more.
Of course, and the same we have a product. So we look at prices, and it's not always lower price is better. Like, we have our price range in each category. So some categories have like a low price range. So maybe it's between 20 and you can't really go higher than 22. But in some categories, you can go maybe even to 26. And when you have 26, people have the perceived value of a better product. And then you have to deliver with your branding, with your images, with your title, with basically the whole experience, and you can sell more. So sometimes people think, oh, there's a copycat. They have the same images. So, hey, you have to make a new main image. So where's the problem? Just make a new angle. You look different, and you can sell for more again.
Mm-hmm. That's interesting. So just that's it looks like it looks it looks a very simple solution. Just change the angle of the products and put a higher price and start competing again. But I want to try that.
That's so
I
easy
haven't thought
said.
about.
That's so easy said, but you have to figure out the price. Can I drop a tool for another company? Like there's a tool called Price Loop. I just did it anyway. They're testing through the AI. If you're going to there and getting them, like, let me know.
What's the name of the tool?
Price Loop. I don't have any affiliate.
Price Loop.
Yeah, Price Loop. Price and Loop together.
Loop. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
They're testing your price through an AI to get the maximized conversion. That's pretty smart. So they getting you more money and better conversion on a product. It just makes sense when you have like more, you have just more revenue. So when you start out, it's probably not the best. But if you're in the game for a longer time, try it out. I am not affiliated to them, but let them know. Maybe I get.
So it's priceloop.ai. That's the
think
website
so.
that I went
Yeah.
to. This is very interesting. So they imagine like you have a winning product and you put the product there and you would tell you what would be the best price for you to increase conversion.
Somehow like that. I haven't really talked to them. I just saw them and a friend is testing them. So I don't have really that much insight yet, but it can be a really game changer. Like, like prices are so important. The same like with images. On the search page, you have to really stand out. So if, for example, if everybody has a product of this beautiful mouse here, like this, you can basically put it like this, and maybe you stand out already through that. This is a like really boring example. I would never shoot like this. But that's basically how you can stand out on the search page, and then kind of like price has to match your branding and your image.
Nice. Very cool. So that's a very interesting tool for us to take a look. It's priceloop.ai. I'm gonna check it out as soon as we finish this.
Sweet.
Very interesting. Tell me something. What is can you share a case of one client with us that you did some changes and you increased the sales and the conversion rate?
Yeah, of course. Like it's always like this, to be honest, because most people don't have like really well done images. Like images do like 80% around that of the buying reasons. And like if you buy, most you decide by your images. So for example, I like a lovely case study of 𝐿𝐴. It's I think already a little bit older, like last year or so. But we changed the images and we increased the conversion rate by 33%. It's a relative, not absolute, but we increased the overall monthly sales by 107%, like within 30 days. So by just changing images and getting better conversion rate and basically getting more profit through that, it's pretty easy. Like lastly, we launched a product in US. I think it was in January. And we got straight off like 20% conversion rate. In the first week, even 25. But that's like a huge when you know what you're doing. And for a lot of my clients, it's like money printing. Yeah.
And do you also work optimizing title and bullets?
If they're completely horrible, I tell my client, but it's not my specialization. I mean, I can do that, but basically I would use ChatGPT. So I can also tell you use ChatGPT because ChatGPT is an ultimate weapon if you know how to use it.
Okay. All right. How long do you have your agency for?
Oh, we started around 2019, actually, like from 2020, like end 2019, beginning 2020. We really started out as an agency.
Nice. And did you start with American sellers or German sellers?
We started completely with German sellers. And honestly, I think German in comparison to America is more advanced what it goes with design, especially when I look on Amazon. So it was even harder. Now going to US is like sometimes like really easy and some basics, but I also think it's due to the language, how Americans buy and how they speak. It's reflected in their images.
Well, you have like a team to do the images?
Yeah, we're 6 people, but I'm still doing a lot by myself. So whenever you work with us, you work with me still.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all done by heart. It's not like outsourced to India or whatever. It's all done by heart. We are like focusing. We're not working with many clients at the same time at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Just because quality over quantity, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I'm curious to ask you something like what is like the top three products that you think have the perfect images?
iPhones.
iPhones, really?
I'm not
I
sure if
gotta
on
check them out.
I'm not sure if on Amazon, but like you asked me in general, for sure
Yes.
iPhones. Um,
Okay. So no, but I'm talking on Amazon. So I'm just going to the iPhone page on Amazon. You only have like four images, no video. It
yeah.
doesn't look right.
Hmm. How to
But
tell?
you were talking about the Amazon page on Apple, on
Yeah,
Apple.com.
I just thought in general. Um,
Okay. So your inspiration would be like iPhone first?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Not
Um,
okay.
my inspiration comes from many products. Like I see probably on the daily basis, I think 10 to 20 new products. Like for complete research. I mean, like when I browse on Amazon, when I talk to clients, like blah blah blah, it's like 50 to 100 new products each week that I see. So I get all my inspiration for that. We have like sometimes there are products which where only like one product really or like really one image stands out. Sorry for the misspell. So from one
Mhm.
product, one image stands out, and that we are saving. Typically, I don't have really like one product there because if we go to, for example, supplements, the supplement niche is completely differently than, for example, fashion or then,
Mhm.
for example, like kitchen, you know? So in each niche, you're talking differently. Yeah, so sorry, I can't really answer that.
Okay. Do you have like a product in mind that you really like the image that like you wished you were the one that did those images?
Yeah, I have one, but it's in Germany.
Okay, yeah, go ahead, shoot us. I want to see
Uh,
it.
yeah, I sent it to you.
It's
I,
amazon.com.de for
yeah,
German.
that just I send you the link,
Just
okay?
the okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Don't do you want to share it or not? Because I don't want to like that people know, but I just want to send it to you.
No, we can just yeah, we can share it, or we can just say the name of the product and we can search for it.
Yeah, I show it to you.
Okay, cool.
Cool. I send it to you in chat so you can share or not, however you want.
Okay, so let me try to share this
Yeah.
and on everybody. Let me just get the correct screen.
That's so
And
hard to say that I didn't did it, but they're really, really beautiful in my opinion.
okay, hold on. Let me just make sure that I got the right screen here. Okay, there you go. I have so many screens. Sorry.
Sweet.
Are you seeing my screen?
Yeah.
Good. So, um, okay, so this is the product, right?
Yeah. I don't know, like
Oh,
it's really modern, you know?
mhm. What are those? Oh, those are the little things that don't
Yeah,
get the
yeah,
furniture to bump
kind of
on
like door
stuff.
bumpers. Yeah, it's even written down. Like it's really modern when you go also to the next image, but I have like I saw some products from Germany that have similar design in America and that never worked. And I'm not sure if it's because of the design, but because the design is really modern, but maybe it doesn't really speak to Americans. We haven't really figured it out yet.
Mm-hmm.
But I saw like some
Mm-hmm.
competitors and this kind of design didn't work in America, but in Germany it works like a charm. Maybe the sellers
Mm-hmm.
I saw in America also were just bad in the US game. Who knows?
Okay. So that's image number two.
Yeah.
I really like that because it showed it's big. You can read on mobile. It's very like concise. I really like that. Let me see
Yeah.
image 3. Designed in Germany. Very cool.
Yeah.
Dimensions.
This is a little hack. Maybe you can use it also in US. Basically, when you design it in a country, you can write designed in, but produce it in
Mm-hmm.
China. And it's kind of like a social
Mm-hmm.
proof, social trust.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let's see image 4.
Yeah, this
There
is
you go.
good.
Looks the benefits of the benefit.
Yeah.
Really like that.
Uh,
Let's see image 5. So it'll be like the installation and
yeah.
cases, use cases. Very cool. Oh yeah, the kids, of course. They're the
Yeah.
ones that are doing that.
Here it's just written down the proven security, like so safety for your home, like that it's kind of just good for your walls, basically.
And then here, no video.
Now, what I experienced and I talked with a lot of as well, I think you had like 𝐟𝐫𝐞𝐞 as well on your podcast from Analyze.
Uh-huh.
He said it once and somewhere in a private talk that people don't see the video according to the data when it's
Mm-hmm.
not on the second place. So you have sometimes like niches where the video is on the second place and then people watch it. But when it's at the end, people don't really watch a video. I
Got it.
mean, they watch it when it's a more complicated product. For example, I would create a video for a backpack or so because you have so many places to put stuff into that it's kind of like hard to explain it in images.
And were you the one that did this product?
Nah, but they're beautiful. Like I know the seller,
Mm-hmm.
and I know how the images look prior, like on a different variation. And then like I
Mm-hmm.
really like the second image and third image, kind of like I don't know, it goes really well.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. Okay. Do you have any other products that would like to show us?
Not in like I can show you one we did, but otherwise I don't have so much in mind. I mean, basically you can also
Okay.
go.
Show us the one you did, so we want to see it.
Yeah, should I send you again the link?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, sweet. I send you the ASIN.
Just
That's
get the link
basically
here in the shop. Okay. I still have the old A's in here.
yeah. Give me a sec. So where's Zoom? Here we go. I send you the
Okay.
ASIN.
Thank you.
Sweet.
Yes, let's search for it.
Cool.
Oh, nice. Let's see
So
that. Okay. So main image.
yeah,
What is that?
that's like
That is
light
the
for your
light, the blue light for car. Uh-huh.
yeah, exactly.
Uh-huh.
So what we did here is like we did it on 3D and we let it light straight off on the first page on the main side. Prior to that, it was like all gray and dark because probably it wouldn't be that bright. Typically, if you just hold it, it would be like dark bluish, but it's not the effect you really want to you're aiming for.
Mm-hmm.
And
Looks very done. Did you do the 3D rendering?
yeah, we do it in-house.
Nice. That looks so beautiful.
Yeah. And we
And
had
image 2.
we had to make sure we don't say too much because it's hard. You don't want to get sued. You can't really say it's too blue or not too blue. So we had to really look for our words and work with the seller, and also to ensure that it all works in all countries. So he didn't want to have specific words in in each country. In Europe, you can
Mm-hmm.
do it. It was more like, okay, one language, all countries. And that's why we had to think about like, okay, what kind of words are used all over the world? similarly or where they know what it's about. And basically xenon log is kind of like understandable.
Very interesting. Image 3.
It's basically great fits
Is
in
it
needs.
is it the same image?
Yeah, just bigger here. For this
Mm-hmm.
year, sometimes we're taking the same shot, but for example, on the next one,
Mm-hmm.
it's a different rendering. We didn't like made it completely new, but as you see like for which fitting or like for which car type it is, how big it is, and kind of like what type it is.
It looks beautiful. I'm looking forward for the next one.
Yeah, basically it's like
Wow.
𝐭𝐫𝐞𝐞. Wanted to put it
I
like
really
on
like
top.
the effects on the it looks like a grave, and the effect of the lighting the grave.
Yeah,
Very
this
cool.
was also the idea, and also like how the text is implemented, that it looks like embedded. Yeah,
Very cool. Yeah, it gives a lot more value. Oh, here's the difference. It looks so much better with the blue light.
yeah. So that's basically the last image, and should just show what the difference is.
Yeah, yeah. I love cars with the blue lights. I hate cars with the yellow lights. I think the blue lights are much more appealing.
Yeah, I also feel like
Very
that.
good.
Yeah, and you can see actually better in the dark, but we weren't allowed to write that. A lot of other sellers are writing that, but you're actually not allowed to say that, at least in Germany.
It looks like it really did a good job on the branding. It looks like really superior products. I
Yeah,
like it.
that's what I
Good
mean. Like
job.
when,
Congratulations.
thanks a lot. That's what I mean when you
This
know,
image is very good.
thanks. When you know how to brand better and position yourself, you can increase your price and even sell more, or stay at the same price and just get a better conversion rate.
Mm-hmm. Very nice. Very nice. Okay, I want to ask you something about the image, because we're having trouble sometime that Amazon just blocks one of our images. So it just removed the image and doesn't tell anything. And then we're like, 2 days later, we notice that one of our images are missing. Have you seen that problem?
Yeah, but in a different way. But like the first time, like last week actually. So we're writing with the seller support um to help the seller, but we haven't really found a solution yet. Hopefully this week. Basically, what it's doing is we're uploading all 7 images, and image 3, 4, 5 aren't uploading, and they're completely compliant with everything. So it's not like kicking
Mm-hmm.
it out later on. It's not uploading in any way.
Oh, it's not. It's not up. It's not up. Is it uploading to the Amazon edit, the listing edits page, or it's not showing up on Amazon
It's
phones?
uploading
And
and it's saying like and when you save it, it's later on saying it's like not compliant. And kind of like that's basically saying it. And we tried it through different ways of uploading it, and it never worked. So we have no solution for that yet. But we're working on it.
Mhm.
But something like you said,
Yeah,
I have never experienced.
no, I'm experiencing that a lot. So Amazon is like every 3 days we put an image back. Every 3 days it pulls back and it doesn't tell us.
Is it main image
Uh,
or second, third?
That's secondary image, second, third. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So those images are having trouble. And then we just upload again and it stays there for 3 days and then I will pulls it back. But it never tells us what's wrong. And we try like our ads representative, they don't know. We try open a case. They reply with something completely different from what you're asking, and we never know what's wrong with the image.
Yeah, I have no
Yeah.
solution for that yet as well.
Okay. All right.
But I can dig into that.
Okay. What are the softwares that you use to build up those images?
Basically, like we can shoot it. For 3D, we use Blender. And for edits, we use Photoshop.
And how do you get a product and create a 3D templates on Blender? Do like it comes from the shoot, or you have to create everything from
We have,
scratch?
so basically we have a beautiful onboarding, and it says, please photograph it from this angle, put something, so we have the size in centimeters or inches on the side, so we know how long it is, how bright, how thick, how wide, and so on and so on. Photograph all USPs, kind of like that we know all shapes, and from the images a client sending us, we can create the product in 3D.
Really?
Yeah.
So he knows what is glass, what is metal. Does he understand like this?
Yeah, and now like we have to do it by hand. So if you send us, for example, your glasses, the images of your glasses, the program doesn't say, okay, this is glass and so on, and does it automatically. We do it everything by hand.
No, nice.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. So I guess that well, are you a big fan of 3D renders? Do you do it all the time?
I would prefer 3D renderings because it makes life so much easier, but for not everything it's possible, and it's also not suited for everything. So when we go with clothing, when we go with materials, we can render it, but mostly it looks too perfect, and I wouldn't recommend it. But it depends on your budget. Like if you can spend like on an image, like, I don't know, too much money, like you can go 3D and it looks perfect, but you can also like get it a little bit cheaper and have an image.
Have a photo.
I mean, you don't want to do like the next Transformer movie. Like you still want to be like, it's just like a product shoot, right?
Yeah. Let me share my screen again because I want to show you guys. Let me just share my Chrome here. Okay, I want to show you your website. So Victor,
Yeah, you
no,
have it.
it's Unation. Sorry.
Yeah, you have there as a tab open, I think. Yeah, sweet.
There you go.
Yeah.
So this is your website.
Yeah. The video ask
Correct?
is still in
Yes.
German, so don't click it. We're uploading it in English.
Okay. And 48% conversion rate. Fix.
That's
And these
pretty
are products
simple.
that you work to.
Yeah. We just have like 3 case sets, but we have worked on so many products.
Oh, great. We saw that.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, so you have like other stuff. Oh my, what is that? What is this product?
That's a door stopper as well.
Oh, cool. Those are very cool. I really like those images.
Thanks a lot. Yeah, basically we offer a
Okay,
free
so
audit.
people, oh, nice. Okay, so people that want to connect with you, just go to unation.com
Yeah,
and click
scroll
one of
down.
those CTAs
Yeah,
here.
basically come down all the time. So you go down and you can, it takes basically 1 minute. So you type in your name, what you're looking for. And that's all. And you can click
Nice.
there
Okay,
like free strategy. And then we go back to you and we create a free, free audit, sorry.
very cool. Very, very cool. Do you work in any other marketplace besides the German and the American?
Typically not, because all sellers are there. Like we speak fluently English and German, so we can do also UK, but we don't like whoever does Japan. I'm more than happy to try out with you Japan.
Really? Why?
I don't know, like it's completely new. Nobody does this, and I feel it's a big opportunity for sellers. And I would love to try Amazon Japan, and would love to see if our approach still works in Japan and how to design in Japan.
I really like this product, these images here.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah, very, very cool. Okay, Victor, any other tip for the sellers that are watching the podcast? Anything that they can do to help them with the image Any other tip for
use
them?
ChatGPT. Get a decent designer. Of course, reach out to us. Both works. If you have any questions, you can fill out the form on the website or hit me up on LinkedIn or Instagram. You find me both at Victor Uhl. On Instagram, it's at I am Victor Uhl because the other one was already taken. But otherwise, like really think as your customer and really dive deep into that. If you have 100 ASINs, and I talk here about parent ASINs, not child ASINs, it can be a little bit hard, but it's really worth it. Like if one of your products does only like 3K revenue, it's probably not that much worth it if the main competitor does 6. But most niches are big and huge, and people are doing 10, 20, 30K and still leaving money on the table. So there's big opportunity by just like checking how your customer actually behaves, why he buys things.
Got it. Very, very good. Okay. All right. So, guys, thank you so much for watching this podcast with Victor O. Make sure you hit him, follow him on LinkedIn because his posts are very cool. I enjoy his posts very much. And don't forget, go to 𝐭𝐫𝐢𝐚.com if you want to know more about Victor Solutions. And I'll see you guys in the next video.
See, I appreciate it very much.
Thank you for watching our interview with Victor O. I hope you liked it. Just don't forget to go to sellerboard.com. We have all the tools that you need to succeed selling on Amazon. Just go to the website, sellerboards.com, and click on demo and test the software. I'm sure you're going to like it. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Thank you and bye-bye.